And welcome to Catch a General with Vishal Hussain. I'm now joined by Scott Laughton, the assistant captain, sometimes captain. Scott, 4 seasons in Oshawa. How would you categorize your 4 years there?
That was unbelievable. I mean, very good for my development, and being a third overall selection in 2010, and coming into Oshawa not knowing what to expect, and not knowing what the city was going to be like, and to have a mentor like Boone Jenner and Calvin Hahn and guys like that, Christian Thomas, who kind of taught me the ways of the league and things like that, and I thought really helped me in my development.
Well, you mentioned all those guys. They were teammates for such a while there for you. Now they're going to be, adversaries on the ice. Is that going to be weird to face those guys in a game situation in the show?
I don't think so. I mean, I played Boone Jenner twice in the American League 2 years ago when we were both there, and we had a couple laughs on the ice because we lived together and things like that. But I don't think it'll be weird. I think once the game starts, you're into the game, and it's game on. So I'm sure we'll have a couple chats before and after, but as soon as the game starts, it'll be game on.
What did you learn from playing under a guy like DJ Smith, who obviously played in the show for quite a while and has that experience? Was that beneficial to you to kind of expect or to learn what to expect coming up?
Yeah, definitely. He's the best coach I've ever had for sure, and he gave me all the opportunity in the world to succeed, and gave me all the ice time, and gave me a lot of responsibility with shutting down guys, and a lot of leadership opportunities. So I can't thank him enough. He's developed me a ton when I was in Oshawa, and also a guy like Gary Agnew, who came over and was a big part in me getting drafted to Philadelphia.
What about the disappointment of being sent back to Oshawa? How were you able to let it go and concentrate on the Generals, knowing that the NHL goal was so close for you?
Yeah, it was definitely disappointing. I mean, it's in the back of your head at all times, and you want to be there at the end of the day, and it was tough for a couple of days, definitely. Me and my family were definitely disappointed, but I came back to Oshawa with a new attitude where work was first, and I just wanted to try and lead a team to a victory, and we came up short, but I think we accomplished a lot for all the people who put us down before the year started, and said we weren't going to make the playoffs and things like that, and I was happy to be in Oshawa. I mean, to come home to Oshawa, where I've been there for 4 years now, and to finish out my junior career there was definitely special for me, and to do it with such a special group of guys.
And, you guys finished first in the Eastern Conference for the first time in 20 years. How special was that to be a part of that? And does it build a lifelong forge between you and your teammates, knowing that, you're one of the rare teams in Oshawa to do that feat?
Yeah, it was huge. I was actually thinking back on that the other day. The game we had at home against Kingston, and we won in a shootout. And I remember Jeff coming in the room and telling us we clinched first place. And it's pretty special to do that for the first time in 20 years with such a historic franchise. And to see the crowds we were getting in the second half of the year, and all those fans that were coming out to support us, I think we did something pretty special, and Oshawa's got a lot to look forward, a lot to be excited looking forward with all that young talent.
Talking to Scott Laughton, future forward of the Philadelphia Flyers and former Oshawa General. Now, you mentioned the camaraderie with the team. I know a tough loss for you, Scott, was the loss of Brian Hughes. What was it like to lose such a good friend? He'd been there 5 years, and then all of a sudden he's just not there on the team anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. It's still tough. I mean, to lose a guy like that, and I remember me and him hung out at our first rookie camp, kind of, and he was there a little bit before me, a couple games, and he pretty much lived with me during this year, and we were very close and still are very close, and it was tough for me for a pretty long time there without him, and without having him there, because he was there all my career, and we grew a pretty good bond there. But we had to do what was best, and I understand completely. But at the same time, saying you lose a guy like that, it's definitely pretty tough on the guys, not just me, but on a lot of different guys. The young guys, he's such a good guy in the room and would do anything for the team. So I think it was tough, but he understood what was happening, and that's the type of guy he is. So.
Scott, you mentioned the young guys on the team. I was talking to Josh Brown earlier, and he said that Bradley Latour and Hunter Smith would be the future leaders on that team. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at those guys as coming into the league, and Latour's been there for a couple of years now, and Riggage has had his breakout year this year, and is going to have a lot to look forward to here this coming week with the NHL draft and everything like that. And it's going to be an exciting time for a lot of guys on the team, and there's a lot of good leadership in the room. I mean, the young guys probably weren't as loud as everyone thought, but they led by example, and they came to work every day, and that's all you can expect from them.
Just moving on a little bit into the future here with the pros. Obviously, the Flyers make a huge deal yesterday, trading away Scott Hartnell. Does it feel like maybe they're making some room for you and some more younger guys in that lineup?
I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't talked to them very much this summer, and I know they picked up Umberger, who's a really good player too. So I'm just worrying about what I can control. I'm not really looking at where I could fit into the lineup and things like that. I'm going to worry about what I can control and put my head down and work as hard as I can this summer and continue training like I am, and looking towards training camp. I'm just going to do whatever I can to try and get a roster spot, and if not, just keep working hard and keep looking forward.
As much of a staple as you were in the Oshawa Generals lineup, in the crowd, everywhere on the road, your dad was just as big of a presence. Is he going to be a presence at every Flyers game, including all around the world in the NHL?
I don't think so. I mean, I think he might do some scouting here and there, and he loves the game. He taught me everything I know, and I owe a lot to him. He didn't probably missed 2 or 3 games in my whole career. He went on a lot of long road trips with my mom, and she was there the whole way too. So I can't thank them enough. And the 5 games I did play, they were at 3 of them. So hopefully I stay there, and we'll see how many they can make.
Final thought, Scott. Advice for the draftees. Obviously, the draft taking place in your backyard. Well, what will be your backyard in Philadelphia. What do you have for the guys that, will get picked, and maybe for the guys that, might not this time, but have a chance in the future?
Just to enjoy the experience. I mean, everyone says it, but I went down to Pittsburgh on my draft year, and I had a ton of family come up. I had about 35 people and all my buddies, and you just got to enjoy the time. I mean, it only happens once, or you can get drafted next year too. So you just got to enjoy the time, and wherever you get picked, you got to make it work. I mean, you look at guys like a guy like Boone Jenner, where he slips through the first round, and he makes a huge impact 2 years down the road. So just enjoy the process and not worry about it too much, where you get picked and if you slide or anything like that.
Absolutely. All right, Scott. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch you apply your craft in the Ontario Hockey League, and we wish you all the best in the future in the NHL. Now, when you make it pro, will you have time to come back and join us and update us on how the pro career is going?
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks a lot, Scott. Take care.